Princess Catherine is one of the most beloved princesses in the world. Wherever she appears, crowds gather hoping for a handshake or even a brief hug. However, such moments are never guaranteed. Royal protocol and security carefully control these interactions. By understanding these rules, you can become a more suitable candidate for a rare close encounter with the princess. 1. When handshakes are allowed? When handshakes are allowed with Princess Catherine is determined strictly by protocol, not friendliness. They are permitted during public walkabouts, community visits, and social events where greeting citizens is part of the engagement. In these situations, Catherine may choose to extend her hand first, clearly signaling permission. This often occurs during hospital visits, charity receptions, or crowd meet-and-greet moments, where brief handshakes are expected and managed by aides. Handshakes are also appropriate during formal introductions. When Catherine is officially introduced to guests, representatives, or hosts, a handshake may follow, but only after she initiates the gesture. The initiative always belongs to the royal, never the public. Even when Catherine appears warm and approachable, protocol requires visitors to wait. Handshakes are not recommended if Catherine has not offered her hand. Reaching out uninvited is considered a breach of etiquette. They are also inappropriate during high ceremonial occasions, such as coronations or state banquets, where distance and formality must be preserved. At such events, acknowledgement is limited to eye contact or a slight nod. The guiding rule is restraint. Members of the public should never extend a hand first, regardless of Catherine's friendliness. Respecting this boundary maintains dignity, security, and centuries-old protocol. 2. When should you not touch? Members of the public are expected to observe strict boundaries when interacting with Princess Catherine, particularly regarding physical contact. Touching her shoulder, back, or waist is considered inappropriate, even when done affectionately. Pulling her arm, holding her hand for an extended time, or initiating an unexpected hug breaches royal protocol and security standards. These rules exist because a royal body is not private. It represents the institution. There have been visible examples. During walkabouts, aides have occasionally intervened when individuals attempted to place an arm around Catherine for selfies. Although she often responds calmly, smiling and stepping slightly away, such actions are later noted by palace staff as protocol violations. Touching her to pose for a selfie is especially discouraged, as it compromises personal safety and crowd control. Importantly, Catherine's composed reaction does not signal approval. Royals are trained to de-escalate situations without embarrassment. Former security officers have explained that restraint prevents scenes that could escalate or appear confrontational on camera. The expectation is simple: wait for cues, keep hands to yourself, and allow contact only when clearly invited. Respecting physical distance preserves dignity, security, and the formal balance between accessibility and authority that defines modern royal appearances worldwide today. 3. Hugging in special circumstances. Hugging is not a standard royal protocol, but Princess Catherine is permitted limited exceptions in specific emotional contexts. These moments are carefully defined and always initiated by her, never by the public. One clear exception involves interactions with children. During school visits or youth charity events, Catherine has occasionally knelt down and offered a brief hug to comfort or encourage a child, particularly when a child appears distressed or excited. Another exception occurs when meeting patients, disaster survivors, or individuals facing serious illness. In hospital visits or post-crisis engagements, a short, controlled hug may be used as a gesture of empathy. For example, during visits to bereavement charities, Catherine has been observed offering gentle embraces to grieving family members, reinforcing compassion without breaking dignity. Emotionally charged situations also allow limited flexibility. In moments of consolation, encouragement, or visible distress, a brief hug may communicate support more effectively than words. Similar discretion applies during certain charity or sports activities, where physical encouragement is culturally acceptable. the crucial rule remains consent and initiation. A hug is appropriate only when Catherine initiates it. Reaching out first is considered a breach of etiquette. This boundary protects dignity, security, and emotional balance during royal engagements. 4. Children and different rules. Royal protocol is significantly relaxed when Princess Catherine interacts with children because strict formality is considered inappropriate in child-focused settings. Children are not held to the same etiquette standards as adults, and Catherine adjusts her behavior accordingly. During school visits, hospital engagements, and charity events, she often kneels or sits to meet children at eye level, reducing power distance and creating a sense of safety. Physical contact is also treated differently. Catherine may offer a gentle handshake, a light touch on the arm, or allow a child to hold her hand. If a child initiates a hug, she may briefly reciprocate, provided the moment is safe and appropriate. This was clearly seen during visits to pediatric hospitals, where Catherine comforted young patients who reached out to her. These actions are widely accepted because they are viewed as compassionate rather than informal. Palace aides have explained that denying a distressed child comfort would appear cold and harmful to the monarchy's image. Importantly, Catherine never forces contact. She responds only to the child's cues. This flexibility is deliberate. By adapting protocol for children, Catherine reinforces a humane image of the monarchy, showing that empathy can coexist with structure, authority, and dignity. 5. Rare exceptions. Rare physical contact with Princess Catherine has occurred in exceptional, unscripted moments, usually driven by emotion rather than intention. One example involves athletes who, after an unexpected victory, instinctively embrace her in celebration. Such moments have happened during sports initiatives Catherine supports, where adrenaline overrides etiquette. Another exception involves individuals experiencing intense emotion, such as grief or overwhelming gratitude. During charity visits, some beneficiaries have briefly hugged her without warning, particularly when recounting personal hardship. Children represent another rare exception. Young children have occasionally rushed forward to hug Catherine spontaneously, especially during school or hospital visits. In these cases, royal staff do not intervene abruptly, recognizing the innocence of the gesture. The palace response to these incidents follows a consistent pattern. Catherine remains composed, responds briefly, and then gently reestablishes distance. Palace aides later downplay the moment, ensuring it does not become a precedent. Importantly, no public reprimand occurs, as drawing attention would escalate the situation and appear unkind. However, these exceptions are not encouragement. Protocol experts emphasize that such behavior should not be repeated or expected. The monarchy tolerates rare emotional lapses to preserve humanity, but the rules remain intact. Respectful distance is the standard in all royal encounters. 6. Physical contact with heads of state. Physical contact between Princess Catherine and heads of state is tightly controlled by diplomatic protocol. When meeting presidents, kings, or prime ministers, a handshake is the standard and often only permitted gesture. It is brief, neutral, and carefully timed. Hugging is extremely rare and generally avoided, even with leaders known for informal manners. No intimate contact, such as touching arms or shoulders, is allowed, as it could imply political closeness or personal endorsement. These interactions are never spontaneous. Palace protocol teams coordinate in advance with foreign offices, security units, and media staff to plan positioning, order of greeting, and duration of contact. During state visits to Buckingham Palace, Catherine follows the same restrained style long practiced by Queen Elizabeth II, greeting each leader with identical formality. The purpose is clarity. Controlled physical contact protects political neutrality, prevents cultural misinterpretation, and ensures the monarchy represents stability rather than personal diplomacy globally.